Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's time for something a little bit different. It's something that a lot of people have wanted. I'm finally doing, after lots of requests, after a lot of time where a lot of other YouTubers have done them, I'm finally doing my Euros predictions video. It's going to be an interesting one. We're going to see who I think is going to get far. We're going to see, I'll talk about, it's not on here, but I'll talk about top goal scorer anyway, player of the tournament, stuff like that. I know everyone likes stuff like that. And most importantly, can England, my nation, go all the way? It's going to be really interesting to see. I'm really looking forward to the tournament, and we might as well just get straight into the predictions. So we are, of course, going to start off with Group A and work our way through. So Group A, Italy, of course, they jump out at you straight away as like the main team, the favourites for that group. Turkey are in there. There are quite a few people's dark horses. I agree that there is potential for them to get quite far into this tournament. They have like a Wales at Euro 2016 kind of thing, get quite far. And then we've got Wales as well, of course, one of the home nations, and we've got Switzerland as well. And Switzerland have been pretty decent before, you know, in tournaments. They've got quite far in the Euros before. They've been a pretty decent nation, but I think Italy have got to win this group, surely. It wouldn't actually surprise me if Turkey won this group. I think it's going to be Italy. I'm going to put Italy at the top. I'm going to put Italy at number 1. It does show you when you do these predictions what other people think, so we can have a look at that too. I do think Turkey will get through second. Unfortunately, I'm not going to back Wales. I'm going to put them bottom with Switzerland in first. That's our Group A. I'm going to have Italy going through as group winners, Turkey going through 2. And of course, some of the third place teams are going to go through to the next round. I'll get onto that, who I think is going to get the most points in a bit. And of course, we've got Wales going home from that group. The next one is a bit of an interesting one. We've got Belgium, who quite a few people have tipped to win the tournament as well. They're obviously going to be group favourites here. Most groups do have like a very strong favourite, apart from Group F, really. And then we've also got Russia, Denmark, and Finland in there. I've seen a lot of people put Denmark second. I actually do think Russia might get second. That's my one that's a little bit out there compared to some other people. I think that Russia might get second in that group. A lot of people underestimated them at the World Cup, and they've still got quite a lot of the same players. So I think they'll do well enough to get out of this group. And if they don't get out as second, I think they will beat Finland. Maybe draw with Denmark, but otherwise goal difference, finish third and still get through. So I do think they'll get through. Same with Denmark. I think they'll finish third and maybe get through as one of the best third place teams. Then Finland, unfortunately, I can't really see them getting points from anywhere, so I'm going to unfortunately have to have them, although they've got Pookie at the bottom. That's 2 groups down. We've still got 4 to go. Next we have got Group C. We've got the Netherlands, we've got North Macedonia, who I think are the lowest ranked team in the competition. We've also got Austria and Ukraine, and Netherlands have got to win this group. Although they've got no Van Dijk, they should still be good enough. They've still got enough firepower up front. They've still got a pretty solid team. I've gone with quite a few Netherlands players in my Euros fantasy team, so I do think it will be quite easy for them to keep clean sheets in this group and get quite far. So I'm going to have them as our group winners. No real surprises as yet. It's pretty standard prediction so far. I'm actually going to back Ukraine to finish second. This one's slightly out there, but I think it could happen. I think Ukraine could finish above Austria in the group. I think they might eke a 1-0 win, lose to the Netherlands and beat Macedonia, or Macedonia might force a draw out of Austria or something like that. But I don't know why, I've just got a feeling Ukraine might finish second in this group, so I'm going to back Ukraine. We're going to have Austria third, and we're going to have North Macedonia, unfortunately, bringing up the rear. I think North Macedonia might nick a point somewhere. They are going to put I think they might put a lot of effort into one game against either Austria or Ukraine, maybe target that one and believe that's the one they can get something from. Maybe get a point out of that, but I can't see them advancing, unfortunately. Next up, we have, of course, got a group that a lot of people would have been waiting for. We've got England's group. Of course, it's Scotland, England, Croatia, and the Czech Republic. You've got to bear in mind, England and Scotland are going to be playing most of their games with home advantage. So England are playing all their games at Wembley, Scotland are playing at Hampton Park twice, so got a bit of an advantage there. Of course, as a West Ham fan, I know quite a lot about the Czech Republic. Of course, Souček and Kufal, we're looking at quite a few of their other players as well, and then we have got England's kind of enemies over recent years. We've got Croatia. This is quite an interesting group. I'll tell you what, I will back England to win it. I will back England to win our group. A lot of people have argued that finishing second or even third in our group could be better for us, but I do think we'll end up winning the group. We did try and win the group against Belgium at the 2018 World Cup, but we didn't really need to, so I think we'll go for that again. I do think we will win this group. I do have faith in England to at least get out of the group. Maybe not much further, but get out of the group. And second place, so many people have backed Croatia here, even Croatia to win the group. I think it's going to be the Czech Republic. I think they'll beat Croatia and beat Scotland. I'm going to put the Czech Republic in second. Just remember, Czech Republic are like the only side that have beaten England in qualifiers over the last 10 years, and they are looking really dangerous. Of course, Souček plays a lot further forward for them. They've got a pretty solid backline. They've got a decent goalkeeper as well in Vaklik, so I think they might actually finish above Croatia. This one is a bit out there because so many people have backed Croatia, but I think their squad is ageing. It's not as good as it used to be. I think Croatia will finish third in the group with Scotland in last place. Scotland, of course, they're going to put all of their resources, they're going to put all of their effort into the England game. They always do, and I think that's something that drags Scotland down sometimes. If they gave all the games against other nations just the same importance and same effort, stuff like that, they might get a bit further. I think they focus on England too much. But yeah, I think that's a whole different story. But yeah, I don't think Scotland will get out the group, unfortunately, because I know quite a few Scottish people will be watching these videos. So, on to the next group, and this is a bit of an interesting one, Group E. We've got the big group coming up, but Group E, we've got Spain, Poland, Sweden, and Slovakia. Spain should win this group. Let's be honest, Spain should be finishing first in this group. And then this one was quite tight. It was similar to Austria and Ukraine. Will Poland or Sweden take second? And let's be honest as well, Slovakia are not they're not a weak team. They're not, I wouldn't say, as weak as Wales or Finland or North Macedonia. They're a bit of an underrated team, so they will be quite hard to beat too. I can see there being not many points in this group. I can see whoever finishes third and not making it to the next round. Tell you what, I'm going to back Poland, although of course my FIFA boy Isaac is going to be playing up front for Sweden. They've got no Ibrahimovic, who's kind of their main man. Lewandowski's going to be there for Poland. Poland have got some other decent players too. Of course, they've got Szczesny, Zielinski, quite a few others. I think Poland will take second. I'll put Sweden in third and Slovakia in fourth. I could see that group. I could even see Slovakia being the surprise ones that go through, but you never know, do you? But we're coming on now to the biggest, most important group of the tournament. We have got Group F, the group of death. It's hard to argue the winners won't come from this group, from Group F. We've got Portugal, who look amazing, of course. They've got Bruno, they've got Ronaldo, they've got Ruben Diaz, they've got so much talent, they've got Jota, Felix. France are the world champions, so, I mean, that's all you need to know about them. And Germany kind of rebuilds at the moment. Germany is starting to look better again. Of course, they've got quite a few players. They've got Havertz, who's hit a bit of form finally for Chelsea. They've still got the Bayern Munich boys in there. They've got quite a strong squad as well. And then we've got Hungary. I think that's the easiest prediction we can make, that Hungary will finish bottom of the group. It would really surprise me if Hungary got anything from any of their games. I think Hungary will finish on nothing, unfortunately, for them. But then we've got the big ones. We've got France, Portugal and Germany, and we need to find an order for these three. I think that's quite hard. I will tip France to win the group. I will. I think a lot of people have done that. It wouldn't. Again, I've said this a lot, but this is a group. It wouldn't surprise me if France finished third, second, or first. I think France probably most likely to finish first out of the three. I'm going to put Germany third, just because I think they're still in a rebuilding stage at the moment. They're not quite where they will be at 2022. They're not there yet. I think Germany just won't have enough to finish where they want to in this group, really. And 3 points, let's say they beat Hungary and they lose the other two games, might not even be enough for the knockouts. But I'm going to drop Portugal into second place in that group. I just think they're too strong compared to Germany. I think Portugal should really beat Germany. I think I'd be surprised if they didn't, to be honest. I'd be surprised if they didn't get out of the group especially. But now we need to pick 4 more teams, of course, to advance to the knockout stages. So we've got Switzerland, Denmark, Austria, Croatia, Sweden and Germany. I don't think it'll be Sweden. I think we can rule Sweden out because I do think that's going to be a very low point group, and it is on points. It's not on ranking or just how good you've played or anything like that. It's based on how many points you get and maybe goal difference if it comes to it. But I don't think it will be Sweden. I think Slovakia and Poland are both going to be hard games for those. Like, Sweden can easily prove me wrong and finish second and get through, or even win the group. Of course, anyone can do anything in the Euros, but I don't think Sweden will be one of the sides to get through, which does leave us with, we need to get rid of one of Switzerland, Denmark, Austria, Germany, Croatia and Sweden. I think I'll put Croatia through, because I can see them drawing maybe with Czech Republic or England. I'll put Croatia through, and I'll also put Denmark through, because I think they'll beat Finland. Again, they're another one that could potentially get a high goal difference, maybe nick a point off someone else. I think they'll be one that gets through. So we've got to get 2 more. We've got Switzerland, Austria and Germany. We need to pick 2 of those. So I think I'll rule Sweden out. Switzerland, I'm not too sure about. Austria. Oh, I'm going to back Austria. I'm going to put Austria through. I'm going to put Austria through right now, which means we need 1 more. We need Switzerland or Germany. I think Germany could be a surprise exit. I'm not sure. This is a really hard one. I'm going to back Switzerland, you know. I'm going to say Germany are out. I'm going to back Switzerland. I'm going to back Switzerland to get through, maybe with better goal difference than Germany, to the last 16. So there are our groups. We're going to move on now to the business end of the competition, to the knockout stages. So our first game, you can see, I'll go through all the games actually first. We've got Belgium, Switzerland, Italy, Ukraine, France, Austria, Czech Republic, Poland. Looks like quite a tight game. Spain, Denmark will be interesting. I think the biggest game here is England, Portugal. I think this is going to be like the marquee game from this round of fixtures. Then we've got the Netherlands against Croatia and Turkey against Russia. So we'll start at the top, work our way down. I think it's safe to back Belgium. It is safe to say that Belgium will be making a quarter-final if they play Switzerland. I can't see there being an upset there whatsoever. I think they'll make their way through. Same with Italy. Italy do trip up sometimes, I'll be honest, but I think they've got enough. I do think they'll make it through. Same with France. I can back France easily to get through against Austria. Those three shouldn't have a problem. They should be easy victories. They should be quite obvious ones. If we go down now, Czech Republic, Poland looks like a hard game. And it might be the West Ham in me, but I've got a feeling Czech Republic are going to be the ones to get through that game. I might be wrong. Czech Republic might not even make it out of the group. Of course, there's Croatia there too, but I think they'll just have enough. I'm going to put the Czech Republic through against France. A lot of people haven't backed them, but I think I will. Spain, Denmark. This could be the upset for me. This could be the upset. I do think England and Portugal both have enough to beat Spain if they make it through. We'll get on to that later. I am going to go... I don't know why. I can see an upset here. I'm going to put Denmark through. I think that could be the upset from this round of fixtures. I think it could be that Denmark make it through. But we're on to a big one now. And this is, unfortunately, where I think England are going to bow out. I can't see us beating Portugal. I can't see us beating France. They're the two sides I can't see us beating. I wouldn't fancy us against the Netherlands or Germany either. But I think Portugal... If we win this game, like if England could come through, I don't trust Gareth Southgate, that's my main thing. But if England come through this game and they beat Portugal, they can go all the way. But I want to back England, of course I do, but I just can't see us beating Portugal, unfortunately. I just can't, like out of that group, I think Germany is our best chance of winning if we somehow get them. But see, if we finish second and we went up here where Czech Republic are, we would still have a quarter-final against France, so... It's a little bit further, but it's not much better. I'm going to back Portugal. I just think they've got too much for England. I think their defence is just a little bit more set than ours. Of course, with Ruben Dias there, we don't have that same kind of player. Maguire's injured. We don't know when he's going to be back. That is the argument, of course, for trying to be second in the group, going a little bit further before you face a big team, is that you might have Maguire back, you might have Henderson at full fitness. That's kind of the question. I do think we've got to try and win the group. You want that momentum of winning all the games, of course you do. Although it served us well at the World Cup, I think we do need, like, if you're going to win a tournament, you need to beat the best. The Netherlands against Croatia, going to back the Netherlands, and then Turkey as well to beat Russia. I think those ones are quite easy. Croatia, of course, they're quite a hard team to play against at times, but I just don't think they're as good as they used to be in 2018. I think we can back the Netherlands. And Netherlands, without Van Dijk, still on the up. Like, I think that the business end of the tournament, maybe that could hurt them, but right now in around of 16, I think they'll have enough. And then Turkey, I just think will be too much for Russia. I think that could be a high-scoring game. That could be like a 4-2 or something. But I think Turkey will end up coming through that in the end, which leaves us with just 8 teams, quarter-final time. And we're starting off with Belgium against Italy. I'm going to back Belgium. I think this one's one that a lot of people will agree with me on. Just Belgium have got that creativity. They've got their Kevin De Bruyne. They've got Carrasco. They've got Tielemans. They've got, of course, Lukaku's in brilliant form at the moment. They've got a lot of good players. They've got quite a few decent defenders as well. Maybe not as much as you'd have for like a winning team. I think that could be their downfall. But I think they've got enough to beat Italy. Italy are a bit of a dark horse maybe in this tournament. One of the bigger nations that have been slept on a bit recently because they didn't perform too well in the World Cup, I don't think, and they didn't perform too well at Euro 2016 either, so maybe it could be them. Maybe they could be the team that goes really far that you don't think about, but I just don't think they've got enough. Even though they're a very solid defensive side, I just think Belgium will have too much for them, but that'll be a great game to watch. France against Czech Republic. I think France will win this game about 3-0. I think Czech Republic might have just spent themselves in the other games trying to get past Poland and through the group and whatever. I think France will win that one quite comfortably. I think that will be one of the easiest games to predict of that stage. Denmark, Portugal. Portugal for me. I think Denmark, similar to Czech Republic, they might put too much into the Spain game, just not be able to recover. They haven't got the same depth. Although they've got players like Poulsen, they've got Eriksen, they've got Christensen, they've got Schmeichel, they've got some good players. I don't think they've got the depth or enough to get past Portugal. So I'm going to back Portugal for the semi-final. And then Netherlands-Turkey. This is a bit of an awkward one. I know I've backed them a few times already, but I could see Turkey doing it again. I could see them being the side that gets far here. I know Denmark are there too, and I think they could beat Spain, but then they'll lose to Portugal. I can't see Denmark doing it twice in a row. I can see Turkey doing it twice in a row. Again, their defence, they've got Soyuncu there, but apart from that, I'm not too knowledgeable about their side. But in attack, of course, they've got players like Yilmaz. They've got the other striker I can't remember as well from the same team, from Lille. They've got some good players. They've got Canloglu, of course. They've got quite a few strong players. I think Turkey could exploit the Netherlands not having Van Dijk. Although they've still got the leagues, they've got players like Ake, and then, of course, they've got Blind and a few others as well. I think maybe Turkey could nick that game and be the surprise package, similar to Wales. I think they might make the semi-finals, which leaves us with just 4 sides left: Belgium, France, Turkey, and Portugal. And Belgium, France, it's a hard one. I think the winner will come from this game. I think the winner will be the winner of Belgium against France. But it's hard, you know. France have just got so much depth, and it's hard to look past it. But it's rare that sides win 2 tournaments in a row. Of course, Spain did do it. They won 3 in a row. They won 2 Euros either side of the World Cup. But with France, I don't think they're like that, because Spain were like progressively. They were playing football that other teams couldn't play. Like, teams were not playing for possession. They were not playing tiki-taka at that kind of time. But France now, they don't really have that same kind of edge over other teams. Although they're a brilliant side, of course, with Mbappe, with the likes of Paul Pogba, with, of course, they've lost Laporte, but they've still got the likes of Varane, players like that. They are a good side, okay. Belgium as well. I don't know. This is such a hard one. I think you know what? I think Belgium might nick it. Belgium need to win a tournament. They're running out of time. I think 2022 is our last chance with this golden generation to maybe win a tournament. But yeah, we can talk about that in another video. We've got Portugal against Turkey, and I think it's going to be Portugal. A lot of sides have got France-England final. I think it's going to be Portugal beating Turkey. I think Turkey are just going to... They'll be done at that point. They will be done. I think that's far enough for them. Ronaldo and co just going to have too much. They're going to make the final, which means it's Portugal, of course, the reigning champions, against Belgium, who have come close on occasion, but they haven't actually made it as far as a final yet. So that leaves us with a Belgium-Portugal final. And I think this will be quite a cagey affair. I know it might go to extra time, penalties, whatever. You don't really know. But I think this could be quite a close game. I think it's going to be... Most finals do tend to be like this. Of course, France-Croatia wasn't in the World Cup. But if you remember Euro 2016, it was quite tight. Even Euro 2012 was a bit of a stampede. I think Spain won that game like 4-0 against Italy. But like finals, if you remember like Germany and Argentina as well, finals tends to be tense. It's the same in the Champions League. If you watch the Chelsea City game, or like you remember a few years ago when Tottenham played Liverpool, they tend to be quite tense. Players seem to be like desperate not to make a mistake and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't think it'll be an interesting game, but I think maybe a bit of class, maybe a moment from De Bruyne if he's fit, a moment from Lukaku powering through, something like that. And on the other side, you've got Ronaldo, you've got Jota, you've got players that make a difference, especially like Jota off the bench can be very lethal. So I think it's going to be a 1-goal game. I think it'll be like a 1-0 or maybe a 2-1 after extra time, something like that. It's going to be a really tight game. And I know I said the winner would come from Belgium-France. I'm not actually that sure about that. I might back Portugal. I'm not sure. It's going to be a really close one, but I think I'm just feeling Belgium. I'm going to go Belgium. It's so hard to choose. I'm going to back Belgium. I'm going to back Belgium to win the Euros. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to say that right now. Belgium on my side that are going to win the Euros. I think they'll go all the way. So there we go. That's the final. We've still got to talk about, of course, we've still got to talk about the players of the tournament, young players of the tournament, stuff like that. So we'll go through that. Top goal scorer, I think, is what we'll start with for that. And you've got your Kane, you've got Mbappe, you've got Lukaku, you've got Ronaldo. I think it might be Harry Kane. I think he'll do very well in the group. He'll pick up some goals early on. Although we'll go out early, he might get 2 against Czech Republic, 2 against Croatia, 2 against Scotland, like that. I think he's got a really good chance of getting the golden boot. And if you think about it, games later in the tournament, they tend to have a lot less goals in them. I think maybe, like if we do lose to Portugal, we might lose 2-1. He might still get another goal. Of course, we get a penalty, he's taking it. I think Benzema is an outside chance for that as well. I wouldn't bet against Benzema for that, but I'm going to go top goal scorer. I'm going to back Harry Kane. Player of the tournament is what we will go for next. And this one is so hard to predict before a tournament because you just never know what's going to happen, do you? I think it's going to be N'Golo Kante. I think he's going to carry on doing what he's been doing for Chelsea. He just seems to have hit a new vein of form. He seems to be back. He seems to be doing really well. So I think he's just going to carry on like that. And although the winner does normally come from the best team, from the winning side, or at least a finalist, I think that maybe Belgium, Portugal as well, could win it without a standout player, without a player that kind of pulls them through. I think Kante could do that for France. He's definitely their best defensive midfielder. And he's just screened so well. I think that he could, although obviously France could win it, he could pull them all the way through, but I think it might be just too much for him on his own. But yeah, I do think Kante will win Player of the Tournament and just carry on his form that he's had in the Champions League and Premier League of late. Young player of the tournament, there's quite a few up for this. Mbappe, of course, still qualifies, so it could be him. A few Belgian players as well. Maybe someone like, I think Tielemans is young enough for it, or a player like that. They could be up there as well. And with Portugal, you know, João Felix is quite young, and a few others. Ruben Diaz counts as young as well. So there's quite a lot of choice there. I think it will end up going to Phil Foden. Of course, he did win the PFA Young Player of the Year. I think it could be Phil Foden. I think, although England won't get too far, he will impress. Similar to Harry Kane, and he'll look pretty good. He'll catch the eye of quite a lot of the pundits, and I think he might win that with some skill, stuff like that. But that young player especially is a really hard one to predict, but I think I'll go with Phil Foden. So next we've actually got Golden Glove, and this is going to be most clean sheets. And judging by the groups and just their whole they're not bad defensively. I actually think it might be the Netherlands. I think they won't concede too many in their group, and also won't concede against Russia until they go out against Turkey. I think Netherlands might win it with like 4 clean sheets. So they normally change goalkeepers quite a lot, but it looks like at the moment Tim Krul's going to be going in goal for them. So unless they change goalkeepers, if they stick with the same man all the way through, I think it'll be the Netherlands goalkeeper, so I'll go with Tim Krul. But if they do change goalkeepers a lot, I can see it maybe being Belgium and being Courtois. I think they'll maybe get 3 clean sheets and Netherlands will get 4. Italy, of course, Donnarumma's up there as well. Donnarumma's always in the question because Italy are such a good defensive side. But overall, I think I will back Tim Krul. I think he's going to be maybe a surprise Golden Glove winner. And of course, although we've already gone through it, we've still got like our dark horses and like surprise packages and stuff like that. I think it's going to be Turkey. I think Turkey are going to be the side that go quite far. It could be Denmark. Maybe even class Italy as it, because a lot of people kind of sleep on them at the moment. I think it could be Italy too, but I think it's going to be Turkey that side that get quite far. So those are my predictions. Of course, let me know what you think. I'll put a link actually to a fantasy league in the description. I'll do that as well for you guys. I know a lot of people have asked about that, but let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if your nation was in this, if I think I evaluated your nation well, because I know I've got lots of, of course, Portuguese, we've got some people from Italy, Belgium, all those kind of places. Quite a few Dutch fans as well, so maybe they won't appreciate me saying they'll lose to Turkey. But yeah, of course, I know a lot of you are going to be supporting England like me. Just let me know what you think. Unfortunately, I can't see England winning it, although it'd be amazing. So yeah, just let me know what your predictions are. Like, if someone gets it right, I'll make sure I bring the comment back up and let everyone know, okay? But thank you so much for watching this one, guys. Please don't hate me in the comments. It's just an opinion, but of course, yours are going to be different to mine. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all again soon for some more Euros content. So goodbye.